Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back, Pixel Nation. All 11 of you in the chat right now watching. So, what's up? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing great. Thank you.
How about you, Christy?
Good.
So, what do you think of the movie, Christy?
Really? This
Really? movie. Okay.
What?
Before we get started, so we're here to talk about Hudson Hawk tonight, and so all four of us either watched it for the very first time or rewatched it. So of course, Dr. Vankin and myself have already seen the movie tons of times, and then Christy and
Come on, say it. Come on, say
Yeah.
it.
Damn it! It's like I'm freezing on your name.
It's all right. Christy doesn't do.
I'm so sorry.
It's Kalea.
Right? I know, but it's like I still want to say Kaylee. It's like I know it's like my brain starts vapor locking. Like, God damn it, what's her name?
I did that too before, and I had a quick look. Oh, okay, I don't want to type it wrong. So, but yeah,
I'm sorry. It's like we streamed like 3 times together now. It's like
you can tell when someone remember name this. Call her the Cinema Queen. Like I can't say the name, so I'll call you that.
I call her Miss K when I forget.
Miss K.
Yeah, you can call me Miss K. I don't care.
Just don't call her Special K.
The drug or the cereal?
You can call me Special K if you want. It'd be funny.
So anyway, we all went and rewatched the movie or watched it for the first time. So this is gonna be interesting getting people's initial reactions on what they thought of the film. So we'll start with Christy because you have some interesting comments about the movie.
It was weird.
Yeah.
I quit laughing. But I just didn't understand. What? Bruce Willis wrote this. I mean, I know you said it was from more of like the Moonlighting and Die Hard, and I like some of it, but not all of it. I couldn't finish the movie either. I tried watching this movie 4 times.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh man.
And then how many times? Like how many times did I ask what the movie was?
Like 10.
Well, then I also.
You kept telling us the wrong movie. You're watching the.
I watched the wrong movie the first time.
Some critters are off beat.
It was called Hobgoblins.
Yeah, but tell them what you told me about hobgoblins, though.
But I was like, is this a Critters knockoff? And I watched that whole thing.
One quick, got super. Hey, super! I got super. Let me finish that super chat. There we go. I was trying to jump right into saying hi, Bruce. Yes, sir. I did. I visited the PO box. I got the coffee. Black Rifle coffee is awesome. Thank you very much, sir. $2 super chat. You're awesome, Bruce.
I think he sends everyone coffee, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's sent Gary coffee as well.
Yeah.
So my question is, what's your stake in Black Rifle Coffee, man? Are you like one of the owners? Inquiring minds want to know. Anyway, sorry. Back to the movie.
The coffee, I haven't tried it yet. I just bought some, but it's Death Coffee. Have you ever had that? It's
Death Wish. Yeah, it's called Death Wish Coffee.
Death Wish Coffee. I mean, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard it's like the strongest cup in the world or something.
Oh wow.
I can't do that with the irregular heartbeat, so I die with the first teaspoon.
It'll probably be too strong for me. I'll probably have to do like half coffee, half cream.
You gotta have it like 3 o'clock in the morning, so you're up for the whole entire day.
Coffee doesn't do that for me. I have to have energy drinks.
I'm saying if it's that strong.
Oh yeah, it could be. I'll let you know.
10 o'clock at night. I can't sleep yet.
So apparently Bruce is just the ambassador. for Black Rifle Coffee.
Really?
Sure.
I guess a lot of them are doing that. You got Chuck Norris with the already tied or no tie company is doing that for donations. But a lot of them are all the older actors. That's on the side. They're doing either charities or they're just doing stuff like that, like the coffee stuff. I know Bruce Willis for a while was doing singing. Well, he's on his own band, jazz band.
Yeah, that was like he had like this HBO special like back in the 80s called The Return of Bruno.
Yep.
It's like I remember when that came out, I was like, Bruce Willis he's a musician? What?
Well, look at Kiefer Sutherland. He's now singing country.
Really?
Yeah, he has his own band. I'm like,
Wow.
I saw that too. I'm like, wait, because he looks so older than I remember him being watching like Flatliners. So I was like, well, it's the same guy. So
Yeah.
he's been doing that for about a year and a half.
So Christie didn't like the movie. It was too weird.
Oh,
for
well,
Christie.
yeah, and then I'm gonna.
You didn't-
Okay, and I'm gonna say this because I messaged this to y'all, and I was like, did Bruce Willis need money or something? But I said submit it instead. And you thought it
I
was
did. I
hilarious.
almost started crying. I was
mean,
laughing so hard.
Oh
But
yeah.
I have a horrible mind, so.
All right. So you don't know how bad this movie is.
I'm gonna have to go with. I don't think he needed money during that time period. Like I said, I think his life was good. He wrote the movie. I mean, he had a lot of success in Hollywood during that time period. He just came off of Die Hard, and then he probably had enough clout in Hollywood to say, "Hey, I want to do this kind of goofy movie." And they're probably like, "Sure."
They're at the time where like they're happy, or he's making us lots of money. You're sure you can do whatever you want. It's be a box office success, and then it bombed horribly. It made only $17 million out of a $65 million budget.
oh my god!
Yeah.
And there was a video game for it too, the NES, that was only released in Spain.
Really? That's random.
Yeah.
Did the game do better?
It was released in 1991 and published by Ocean Software. Sony ImageSoft released in the U.S. for Game Boy and NES. But it was supposed to be in Spain, but the Super NES version was basically in development, but it was basically canceled as soon as the movie flopped. They're like, they cut their losses. But I heard the game was horrible too. But it was for the SNES.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I had no idea that there was a game.
Yeah.
I remember it bombing, and I remember, and I've already talked about this, how my friend I went to go see it with, I actually saw it with a group of friends, but I was driving back, and I was like, man, that movie is great. He's like, what? Are you kidding? That movie was horrible. I was like, what did you like about it? I was like, dude, it was funny. It was ridiculous. That's just kind of the point.
You want to know why the game bombed too? Listen to this. The enemies included rhinoceroses and stampeding in the Vatican Library and a kangaroo.
Oh my god!
It sounds just as irreverent as the movie.
So the kangaroo had that was an NES version, and then you had a rhinoceros in the library. We're in the Amiga, AMIGA, whatever the version that is. That's I guess another console. Oh, that was a PC console. I guess it was, yeah.
Amiga.
Yeah, Amiga.
Yeah, it was a computer. Amiga was a computer.
Yeah, by the Commodore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a side
I remember
scroller.
Amigas were like the shit back in the day. Now they're just shit, but
I've heard of them.
I didn't even know I heard of it.
I've seen one. I've touched one. Out of Babbage's. Babbage's just don't exist.
I know
anymore.
that on the Wii you can download games for the Amiga and all the original games, Atari stuff, onto the Wii. But yeah, back to Hudson Hawk though. I personally loved it. It's bad, but it's still hilarious. Every single minute from the very beginning is a zinger. But
yeah, there's a lot. There's so many good scenes in this movie. Like I said, the reason why it did so poorly is because people were thinking, "Oh, it's Bruce Willis. This is gonna be like Die Hard, except he's a cat burglar."
yeah.
It's like, well, kind of.
Well, he's done so many serious movies. He did a little bit of comedy and Die Hard.
No, yeah, but it was just kind of that fish out of water
Yeah.
kind of humor. and you kind of had it here. And I love that his entire story arc, his growth as a character, is about getting a cup of fucking cappuccino.
Oh man.
The thing that's really funny about the movie is like there's so many things in there that they just can't do today. You know, like when he makes a joke about how I was like, are you still drinking those unmasculine coffees? You know.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah, you probably didn't notice, but Minerva Mayflower, played by Sandra
Bernhardt,
was originally was not the original draft. They were gonna have casting with Audrey Hepburn in the film. And the villain was subsequently rewritten as a villainess so that Hepburn could play the part, you know, but negotiations fell through, you know. So Bruce Willis suggested to take both villains from earlier drafts and then make them a couple. Then they offered the role of Anna Bargalea to Madonna, but she was busy touring. Willis even asked Famke Janssen to be considered. No. But yeah.
Wow, dude, that's a lot of fun facts I did not know about the movie.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That is really cool.
What could have been? You could have Madonna as his love interest.
I'll be honest with you. I would rather have Andie MacDowell than Madonna.
Andie MacDowell, she seems more like the serious, you know, like she was in Groundhog Day, not really the comedian. I mean, so seeing her in this was kind of weird for me.
He's looking at the same thing I'm looking at.
Yeah. But overall, I love the jokes. I mean, it was slap humor, you know, like it was slapstick humor. You had, from the very beginning, the first joke was like with the, it says the time was 1481. The artist was Leonardo da Vinci. The guy in a donkey was just a guy in a donkey.
And man, there's like so much I've forgotten about the movie. It's like I forgot the general plot, which was, you know, they're after, you know, the Da Vinci Code kind of. It's like the Da Vinci Code before the Da Vinci Code, except they're after his gold making machine.
To click back.
You're cutting out really badly, Christy.
I'm not.
Yeah, Christy, we can't understand you.
Getting every word.
You've been censored for having a bad opinion about the movie.
You might have to rejoin. You might have to leave and rejoin.
I am.
Oh, now we can hear you.
Yeah, you're fine now.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
yep.
You sound good. What were you gonna say?
Internet, man.
Your internet needs more fiber.
I forgot now.
Yeah.
I know. Apparently.
Bruce Willis getting out of the prison. He hears the gunshots. His buddy rolls up in the old beater car. He's like, "That's the first thing I did when I got out. I smooched the ground." I mean, even when they were climbing across the, like, they're gonna go through the pool room. You know, they get to the museum. The first part, the rob. Mm-hmm. And the guy he takes the life preserver with the rope on it, and he throws it like a hole in one right away.
Yeah,
and you hear
you hear the ding sound, and that's like the hint that the movie is gonna be kind of silly, right? Yeah. But you don't pick up on it, and where the movie really starts to get kind of surreal is the whole gurney scene. But before we get into that, the other reason why you couldn't make this movie during this time period is there was like this one joke where they're in the museum and they're on skateboards and they're going past the guards, and the guard, what was the comment he says? How many wongs?
Yeah, the guard one. He's looking at the phone book. 673 wongs in the phone book. Guard two is like, that's a hell of a lot of wong numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a stupid joke. It's like, you know, he's got more chins than Chinatown, you know, stuff like that.
It's like an Elmer Fudd joke, basically.
Yeah, it's an Elmer Fudd joke that, you know, people would just like get offended by today.
Yes.
What's up, Stone Cold Jeremy? I am doing fantastic, man. How about yourself?
So,
but yeah, so
I was dying from that joke. And then
I know. I mean, that there's all these like really stupid things in the movie. But you know, it starts off, the heist is like interesting because, you know, they time themselves to singing. So the funny thing about this movie is it's also a musical because there's several musical numbers in the movie.
Like when they're climbing across the rope to get over to the museum, and he's like, so let me ask you something else. Did you have dinner tonight? Because this rope only holds 900 pounds. He scares the guy, Tony, just like because he's overweight. So then he's like, Jesus, you pull me up. And he's like, so then he goes to cut the hole in the window, and he's like, he stops and looks at his gut, the guy's gut, and he's like, I better make the hole a little bigger.
Yeah.
Because
I did like the musical number of the two at the end, the side by side song. That was
you did
cute.
or did not? Oh, you did.
No, I did.
Okay, cool.
Before they even did the heist, though, they're like naming off the different songs, and he's like, Jesus, he's like, Danny, whatever his name is, Danny Aleo says that Bruce was, and he's like, they invented a watch in Stupid in Prison.
Oh yeah. But the one thing I really liked about it is because we talk about movies that subvert expectations, and this is definitely one of them. Because at the end of the movie, where Anna is basically taken prisoner, and they're trying to stop the villains, which is the Mayflowers. You have Darwin Mayflower, played by Richard E. Grant, and then you have Minerva Mayflower, who is played by Sandra Bernhard. And just, Anna's kidnapped by them. She's locked up, and she's being, I guess they drug her is what it is, and she's like being really stupid. And she's like, I must communicate with the dolphins, and then starts making dolphin sounds. And Minerva's like, the dolphin's dead. The dolphin's dead. And ultimately, what happens is they're trying to Hudson Hawk shows up with Tommy Five-Tone, and they're trying to save her, and she ends up saving herself. And she makes a joke about being a terrible damsel in distress, and they're showing up to go and rescue her. He's like, oh, I was here to rescue you. He's like, yeah, I got bored, so I rescued myself. It's like, stuff like that. I mean, it's funny,
At the end, like they thought he surely died, and he all of a sudden appears like out of nowhere.
Yeah. When Tommy's in the car and everyone gets out of the limousine, they lock it down, and it goes off a cliff, and there's like a bomb attached to it, and it explodes, and it hits the bottom of the cliff, and the whole joke is like, but you fell off a cliff. Airbags. Can you fucking believe it? The car blew up. Sprinkler system in the back. Yeah. Can you fucking believe it? I mean, it's just like really stupid jokes, man. I mean, that's the thing that is so great about this movie, is that it doesn't take itself serious like every movie that is coming out today. You don't just have like stupid comedies anymore, or stupid action films that you don't have to necessarily think about a whole lot, because it's just fun.
The whole Vatican, it's an underground mailing system on the subway. So how they transfer the cards out of the mail, it's pretty funny. And then she goes like, Andy McDowell, she goes up to the church, little cross with Jesus on it, and she speaks to it, and it's with the intercom. So.
Sounds like somebody's headphones got unplugged.
Is it me?
Maybe.
Might be me.
All right, no, it's not like we're getting a little bit of echoing, but it's fine now.
Okay.
So, Kalea, what did you think of the movie?
It was okay.
So, what did you like it? What worked for you, and what did not work for you?
Well, there were a couple of things that made me laugh, like the joke where he's tied up, Bruce Willis is, and the dog like runs into his crotch, and then he makes that joke about, oh, come on, I just need 2 more minutes. That made me laugh.
It's like, yeah, Sandra Bernhard, she's like, Bunny, no, Bunny ball. He's like, he's already got some balls right now. So yeah, there's some dirty jokes in there, but I thought they're pretty funny though.
Yeah, there were moments throughout the film that are funny, but for the most part, they didn't really hit for me.
Nothing made you laugh out loud?
It could have been. That was the only time I really laughed out loud, was that I mentioned. But it could have been the quality that I found on YouTube was not very good. So, like, most of their heads were chopped off on the top.
That's why I don't watch YouTube. YouTube cuts. They zoom in and they crop everything out, so you don't get to see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually paid $12 and bought it on off of iTunes. So I mean, I already owned it.
I didn't want to because of the Rotten Tomato score. I was like, no, I don't know. I'm not gonna pay money for it.
But if you actually look at the audience score,
I know
it's bad.
I love it. Okay, so
in the
Hudson Hawk
20s,
has
I
a
think.
5.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
I'm talking,
Right.
yeah, but I'm talking. I think it actually is about in the 50s as well on Rotten Tomatoes. I'll look.
No, I'm willing. I'm willing to say I do think the movie is rather hit or miss. But you know, me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I think the movie's freaking hilarious.
Well, and see, I grew up with two brothers, so I like mainly movies that most guys like. So just because I'm a girl, but I don't know. I didn't really realize they were making fun of. But see, I wasn't really paying attention because it wasn't that good starting off. I was like, this isn't my cup of tea. Which is weird because someone in the chat said that well, and you too, comics said that Bruce, this is like when he was happy and he made like a good movie. I disagree because I don't know if you guys have seen his movies. They're Red and Red 2.
Oh yeah,
They're
Yeah.
phenomenal, and I think he's
they're
having a
good.
blast in
It's
those.
just different. I'm talking about the whole thing with him
Yeah.
being happier, because to me, it's
Well,
like
yeah, he
they
was
took,
happier when he was married with her.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they took Die Hard and you know the last couple of seasons of Moonlighting, when Moonlighting got really silly, and kind of like mashed the two together, and that's really what kind of Hudson Hawk is. Because if you ever watch Moonlighting, I mean it has a very similar style where I don't remember which season it was, but you had Bruce start breaking the fourth wall where he's talking to the audience.
Where he had his quest for cappuccino, and then he was like not knowing when Nintendo is, and then he had the CIA guy. He's like who missed communism.
Yeah.
There's some weird stuff in there, but you also got to realize that a lot of this was Bruce Willis kept throwing out ideas, so there's a lot of rewrites, and that's what raised the budget up. So a lot of people were blaming Bruce Willis for letting his ego run rampant.
Yeah, I can see it. I can definitely
But
see
it's
it.
just TriStar Pictures. It's just TriStar Pictures before they were merged with Columbia shortly after.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean, I liked it. You know, I've seen worse. I've seen Napoleon Dynamite. You can't tell me Napoleon Dynamite's better than this.
Actually, it is.
Oh.
It is. It's way better. I absolutely love Napoleon Dynamite.
I used to work with a guy who was just like him, and he was annoying. So I mean, I just can't stand that movie.
Oh well, that makes sense but I didn't have anyone. But with him with the tater tots, and I could totally talk about that film. It's been a while. I need to watch it, but
why did the CIA agents have to be named after candy bars?
it's just silly. I mean, it's like it's just dumb.
It's probably making fun of like their agent names. Or something.
It's like the whole thing with
But it is dumb though.
Yeah, how Almond Joy basically said that how they're initially named after diseases, and she was named after chlamydia.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a silly joke. You know.
Comics. Did you see we were graced with a presence in the?
I know. I see. Rob is here.
Rob is a huge fan of this movie. So
what isn't close? Extreme Movie Show. He did all caps. I don't know what he's talking about.
No, he's talking about Napoleon Dynamite.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's saying that Hudson Hawk's better than Napoleon Dynamite?
Yep.
Yes.
That's what he's saying.
I think what you guys need to do is rewatch it now. And then maybe we can talk about it next week.
I did rewatch, or I watched it yesterday.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh no, sorry.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about.
It would take me 4 times to get through Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, when was the last time you watched it?
When it first
Probably
came
like
out.
15 years. Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
When did it come out? I need to look.
Oh no, it was a while back. So Red X, £2 super chat. Hey comics, love the relaxed voice, much better mate. Yeah, I kind of took a poll on Gary's stream. I mean, it wasn't very scientific. I was asking people, like, what do you prefer, the silly voice or, the not so silly voice? And everyone went for the not so silly voice. So moving forward, that's what we're doing.
You got to do the depressed voice.
What's that?
Do the depressed voice.
The depressed voice.
When you're tired, the morning streams.
What kind of depressed voice are you looking for?
The one you do in the morning streams.
Oh, that's my fucking exhausted voice, dude. It's because I'm like, it's like I'm still like in the fog of
it's a
not
Eeyore
being
voice.
awake. Hey, everybody, it's Comics Division.
No, Jay,
I
no
just woke
cookies.
up and I'm doing the stream. No cookies for Jay. It's normally because it's like
It's like it's exhausted and cranky, really cranky sometimes too.
yeah,
So,
it's why I
but-
typically don't do anything till like 11 o'clock in the 11 o'clock in the afternoon, around 11 a.m. because that's when I'm a little bit more awake.
all right.
My personality starts slowly turning back on.
But yeah,
your regular voice is manly enough for us. Okay, thanks, I guess. It's pretty, I hate the sound of my voice. That's yeah, I just can't stand it.
it's all right.
But ever since the nasal surgery, I don't think I sound as retarded. I guess I don't know.
At least your voice is deeper than mine.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But one thing I thought was pretty funny because it was like it was like bothering me for years. It was like, who the fuck is Kit Kat? Now, it's like I'd never go and look it up,
Oh.
and it's David Caruso who plays Kit Kat. And the thing, his character's he's like one of the CIA agents, and his character's funny because he's always like he doesn't say anything. He just like has cards.
Yep.
And then
The scene
he's
where he's
always
mocking
like
him.
yeah, he's always like miming people.
He's behind Bruce Willis doing everything when he's arguing with
Yeah.
them, and then Bruce Willis hits him in the face.
Yeah. And then you have Butterfinger, who initially I was gonna use for the thumbnail, this icon. You always got the stamps and he's got the tooth missing. it was kind of the image was a little too small and it just didn't look good when I blew it up. So there's that.
Yeah, but when you first watch this movie, like for the first time, your reaction's like, why do they all have candy bars? The guy's eating a Snicker bar, then you see the Kit Kat eating a Kit Kat bar, and then you see
Yeah.
Butterfinger eating a Butterfinger, and then you see Almond Joy. She has the Almond.
She
Joy
has it in her pocket.
I know.
Yes, Bruce, I did try the coffee. It was very good. I told you that. I thought I said it. I probably did. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yes, I did try it. It was very good. Yeah, don't forget about Frank Stallone. Yeah, that's another joke in there. It's like the Mario Brothers. And again, this being, 91 and, the Mario Brothers came out in the mid 80s, it was still kind of relevant during that time period.
The scene where they're in the ambulance, he wakes up and they're all laughing. Ah! And then
that scene where he takes the needles and he hits the dude in the face. He's like, ah! He still has like all the needles in his face throughout the rest of that scene.
Yeah, and then he comes out of the back and he's got the needles. They're like, God, they're both two guys driving, they're like screaming, ah! And then they crash and the whole ambulance explodes. And he's like, Caesar, Anthony, are you guys all right? He's laughing.
The other thing too, the gurney scene for me is probably
That's
one of my favorite scenes in the movie, just because it really, this is where the movie starts to get really ridiculous. Where you had the whole thing where the lady flicks the cigarette out the window and he catches it and takes a drag and he's like menthol, then throws it, and there's the girl that's like, Mister, are you gonna die?
Hey, how's my driving? 1-800, I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah. And then he's heading towards the toll booth. He's like, exact change only. And he reaches in his pocket and pulls out the change and just throws it into the basket and it opens up.
Oh man. Like Bruce Willis came up with these ideas, so I give him props for that.
Yeah.
Except I do not like the voice he did. It's too high pitched for me.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if that. I think that was
that's
like
his normal voice.
That was his normal voice back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does well.
No, when you get older, your voice gets deeper.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, when you see him in the new movies, he's more like not as energetic as he was in these movies. So he's more.
In a lot of his films, and I don't recall him having this high pitch of a voice.
You gotta watch Die Hard. He has the same thing.
I own and I've seen him millions of times. He does not sound like that.
So you see him in his new movies. He's older now. He speaks more slowly and calmly.
Yeah,
and soft spoken.
He's getting old.
Yeah, he's getting old. I mean, this is like what, him in like his 30s,
somewhere around there.
Yeah,
early 30s.
He's definitely has a little bit more energy, and I mean, it's he still has a full head of hair, kind of.
I know he still has the hair.
That was weird. And his teeth, because he's gotten his teeth done since.
That's how you know it's old, when he has hair and it's colored.
Yeah.
But
it's weird because I'm so used to seeing him without the hair and him looking kind of more mellow and somber, and this is him, just like very high energy.
I'm more used to.
It's such a different Bruce Willis.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm more used to him with the hair because that's how I watch his Die Hard every Christmas. And I watch Die Hard 2. So I'm used to him with the hair and watching all those older movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Last Boy Scout. I love The Last Boy Scout. Him and Dame Wayans.
He's 64 years old, so he's getting up there.
Yeah. He's not as old as some of the people that are like Chuck Norris and stuff like that. But he's getting there though.
Well, yeah.
But
the other thing too is, your voice does change as you get older. And a good example of this is like Carrie Fisher. If you like watch the original Star Wars and then you watch her in with The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, her voice sounds completely different.
it deepens, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think it's by like what is it, like everybody of that age is like, they just don't give a crap anymore. You're just on to speak lower.
Yeah.
Your body's falling apart. Screw this.
Rob
Like,
gets richer, warmer, sexier.
Right. But
Bankman, did you see Red X, his comment about how he liked the game?
yeah, I saw that. Which version did you play?
There's more than
He
one.
said old school.
There's two versions.
So-
There's NES and then there's a Commodore 64 one.
Oh yeah, we just talked about that.
But
Yeah, he said old school, so I'm assuming it's the first one, but I'm not sure. Guess we'll have to wait for him to.
they were both released at the same time, so two different systems. One was PC, one was NES.
Oh,
Yeah, the Commodore.
I'm willing to guess it was probably NES.
Yeah.
That
NES.
would be
Well,
guess.
the funny thing about NES is that you think they would be cheaper back in the 80s. No, they're about the same price now today. It's just the wages are different, so that everything was lower down prices. But yeah,
Are you talking about inflation?
yeah.
I still own my NES, my original.
I do too. My wife does too. We have two old school NESs in the house.
I'm still waiting for the new systems to drop, where everybody's forced to get the PS5 and Xbox. Well, I don't know what they come out next. They have the X, but
The Xbox Triple X.
right. They did the 360. They should have done the Xbox 180. No, they did the 360. Did that. What else could you do? The 1250.
I have no idea.
The X500.
Another Xbox 2.
Let's see. I guess any last comments? What was it that you girls didn't like about the movie? I guess you've already been kind of talking about, but just really, you're just like, that's dumb.
Well,
Besides, like the whole thing.
Well, I love heist films, and this is not good. It's not a good heist film. So,
I mean,
Okay.
I like the overall, like, just. Well, I didn't like that. So I'm trying to think. It was really good as far as like creating like the puns, and what they were like. Really, but it was funny. There's a lot of good one-liners that I liked too. I really liked that part, but that's about it.
All right. Cool. Fair enough.
Yeah.
The Xbox 720.
Yeah.
So
I did like the acting though. I thought they did good acting though. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it is a pretty good well acted film, and like I said, it does actually have a lot of big names in it, which is the funny thing about it.
Yeah. So I was reading another interesting fact trivia. When Bruce Willis says that directions even your brother can understand to Frank Stallone's character is actually a jab at Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Austrian. Yeah.
So another thing that we were kind of talking about before we started rolling here was we're talking about the new Batwoman clip that dropped
Oh
I
hell!
think a couple days ago.
Oh crap!
No, the new one was like last night.
Was it last night? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was, yeah, the clip, the 40-second
Yeah.
clip. Oh.
40 seconds of my life wasted. So angry about that.
And I hate that damn song. I have that song every time I see anything with her. I'm like, I'm a woman. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, the whole
I hate that song, but I have it in my head.
the whole guard like or the cops like she gives the money to the woman on the street. He's like, don't do that. You'll discourage her. She goes back. Here's my Rolex.
Yeah, it's like
Here's my
he gets this
10
like
grand.
look on her face, like this defiant look, and walks over, gives the Rolex, and gives him a look, and walks off, and gets on her motorcycle. It's like, okay, it's like so stunning, so brave, defying the patriarchy like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what would have been better, you know, because her character's supposed to come from money, she's supposed to be an heiress, is if you actually opened up like a homeless shelter for people. You know
Right.
what? That would have done a lot of good,
like
handing
Bruce
over an expensive watch.
Like Bruce Wayne does. He has the orphanage for the kids. He's got all the charities he does. Yeah, but
Well, what I thought of when I saw the clip was Captain Marvel's deleted scene with like hurting that guy on the bike.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, it's too bad she didn't take that cop's bike or something. It just kind of reminded me of the same kind of.
Oh, it's actually her bike, I believe.
Yeah, I know it's her bike, but I just meant it reminded me of Captain Marvel. They've got to be trolling us. There's no way they think.
I have to agree with Gary. I think that this
Yeah.
show is like one big troll, and they're gonna be like, the fanboys are gonna be outraged, and I'm like, dude, I don't care. I just think it's dumb. It's cringy.
I'm not gonna watch it. I might watch the first episode, but I'm not gonna waste my life on that garbage.
I kind of wonder if that's what they're trying to go for, is people like, watching it.
Hate watching it. Is that what it's called?
Hate watching? Yeah, I think so.
So,
I think it's more like waterboarding yourself.
Well, and then Gary's gonna watch it and cover it. I'm like, no, don't. Like maybe the first episode, but just because you're gonna give them more views, and then they're gonna have more seasons. And
Gary has to, because he covered Doctor Who, and then he can't do Game of Thrones anymore. It's over, so he needs something. You know, STD.
Yeah, but like STD is like.
Well, Kirkman just got fired from STD.
But that makes I don't know.
Well, that's the rumor anyway. The rumor is that he's been fired. I don't think that's.
And they're saying that Picard might not be coming out at all. The new Picard series might be canceled.
I haven't caught up on that news on that show. Really, that's interesting. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was cringy.
Yeah,
Gary covers STDs.
Well, the original trailer has like 385,000 downvotes, and like I can't even remember. It was only like what 20K upvotes.
So apparently, Sedekar is Red X in disguise. Red X is my alt. Was signing in PC version saws only use alt for crate channel. Okay, so yeah, love the chat. Why wasn't
the beggar male?
Why wasn't beggar male?
Well, the reason it's CW is they're all about women. They hate the guys. The guys have they want Batwoman and Supergirl. They're always the main leads, and even the action stars in there. You have her sister is the head of the DA. You know, you hardly see any of the guys anymore in their series.
Yeah, I think that if they actually made it male, it wouldn't have had the impact as they wanted.
Oh yeah,
you know why? Because women are suffering. She's so poor from the wage gap. She had to live on the streets.
And thank you, sir. Thank you for the £5. But yeah, I think that really has something to do with it's that whole kind of narrative that they're trying to push these days. And it's pretty funny because like Critical Drinker made a great joke about it. It's like in a world where it's 75% women. Because it's like the majority of everybody you see is like women.
I'll give you this: the first season of Supergirl was great because the guy playing Win, but then he made that joke about the girls not kissing anymore, and then he's gone off the show because people wanted to ship Lena and Kara together as a lesbian couple, and he said it's never going to happen because he was jokingly in an interview. They were singing, they were doing like just free singing, whatever you want to call it, freestyling, and yeah. So after that, the second season, they got rid of him.
I didn't like it. I saw like the first episode. I was like, "Yep, this is feminist schlock."
Yeah. Then they did the immigration debate thing. They put that in there. Then they put the gun control thing in there. It's like, man, can't you have any original ideas? You just gotta keep stealing from what's going on. This, it's all propaganda.
It is.
I heard a rumor that the guy was Tyler Hoechlin or whatever his name is. He doesn't want to do Superman anymore because he's sick of the feminist crap. He's basically a joke when he's on the show. He's not really important. It's all about her.
Yeah, right on. Hey, Ethereal Dragon, what's going on, man? It's been a while. How you been?
So, but
yeah, well, that's kind of the. I know Gary's talked about this too. The CW is kind of trash. In my opinion.
Other than Supernatural.
Supernatural is actually really good.
Yeah,
I never watched. I tried watching the first season of Arrow, and I couldn't get past like episode 3.
Arrow, I'm struggling on. I go back and forth to it every now and then. But have you never seen Supernatural?
No, I haven't.
You should. It's really good. And there's like 16 seasons, I think, or something. I don't know. I'm starting it over because I'm way behind. But
yeah, this will be the final season for them because they want to move on. But
good. Now I can finally binge it. That's what I do. I wait till things are done and then I just binge the whole thing.
Unless Netflix takes it off. But
is Zombie actually DC? It's not DC. I know it's DC. Is that actually CW?
Yeah, it's CW.
Yeah,
and it's actually a fairly decent show. It's not really propaganda like Supergirl.
Yeah. No, not at all. Because
I think a lot of those it didn't start off as propaganda. It seems like when Supergirl started on the CW is when you started seeing a lot of that.
Well, yeah. I liked Arrow and Flash until they started like, we're going to do a team thing because, we can't find anything else for these people to do if they're not in a team. It's like they dumbed down Arrow. Like he needs Felicity to, to help him, like an Oracle,
In the chat, I agree. iZombie is really good. I'm probably a few seasons behind on that too, but I really do like it. That's on the CW as well. You guys seen that or heard it? Or?
Yeah, I love the cast for that. This Rose McIver is funny. Every time she eats a brain,
that's a good job.
Every time she eats a brain, she takes on the personality of the brain, which is original. You don't see that in television. So she's got the strong man brain. Then there is a superhero brain where she thought she was a superhero running around a cape. She would have been a good Captain Marvel. That actress.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And she's from New Zealand. So if you got any Kiwis out there in the chat, that's your person to watch.
Yeah, she was in the cute Netflix movie. It's like a.
She also did a Hallmark
Prince or something. What?
She also did a Hallmark Christmas movie too, as well. I believe.
Huh.
So she does plays too. That aren't. I don't know if she's doing like Broadway, but I know that she's been doing some other stuff too on the side.
Not tall enough.
Bad Bunny's saying, not tall enough. 5'3".
Why does that matter? Captain Marvel. Why does it matter though? Look at Wolverine and Hugh Jackman. He's way too tall for Wolverine. If you want to be comic accurate.
That's because they don't want to do Danny DeVito.
Dude, you gotta let that go.
And you give him the heat claws, man, it'd be awesome. Can you imagine? Go ahead.
I was gonna say the Batwoman trailer. It has 7.9 thousand dislikes and 1.1 thousand likes now from yesterday.
That's because of trolls. That's
it's the trolls that hate it.
Yeah. If you don't like something, don't say anything about it. Just be quiet.
Yeah.
Oh yes, because that always works.
It does. It always works.
It depends. If you're being an open jerk, yes, then be quiet. But if you're actually criticizing because the show sucks, then go ahead.
You think they would listen to us when we say it's not good, but
because nobody likes criticism.
That's true.
Remember that teachers always say you gotta use constructive criticism. I'm like, what is constructive? I'm like, what?
Well, it just means don't be a dick.
It's exactly. Just say that.
Hang on,
you gotta use these big words. So it's gonna be interesting with the new Batman movie coming out. Like people were joking they should have Taylor Lautner as Robin. You know? And they're gonna, and I remember someone saying that they're gonna have a female Penguin. I'm like, no.
Yeah, they're gonna gender swap it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be pissed.
God, they need to stop doing that crap.
But I was looking on Dave Bautista's. I follow him. He's from he plays what's his name again? He's on Guardians of the Galaxy. He plays Drax Destroyer.
Yeah.
A fan had asked him about if he'd be interested in playing Bane. And he said, "Sure, hell yeah, he'd love to play the Bane. You know, the big, huge Venezuelan with the tubes and everything, the mask and everything." He said he'd love to do it.
He would actually be perfect for the role.
He has the build, dude.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Can you imagine if they got a little guy and then he turns into Dave Bautista? That'd be hilarious, like they did with Chris Evans. If they can do the Captain America, the first Avenger, why can't they do that with Bane? The technology.
I don't know.
But
Movie science.
Movie science.
It's too expensive for DC. It's too expensive for DC. They have a low budget. That's
Well,
what
the really funny thing is that the one Batman movie that actually had Bane in it, even though it wasn't the character, he actually looked like Bane.
Was that Batman and Robin?
It was the one with Poison Ivy. I don't remember which one it was.
It wasn't Batman Forever.
Yeah, it was the one with George Clooney.
George Clooney's first one, right? And Chris
I'm
O'Donnell was
sure.
still, and you had Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl. That's as the exact same when Alfred died too, right?
No, did he die?
I thought he died at the
I can't remember. I just watched them all just a few months ago, and
I think he died at the end. That was the one that Alicia Silverstone took over as being a Batgirl. You know, she was supposed to be Alfred's niece.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the same one with Uma Thurman, and you had Schwarzenegger is Mr. Freeze. Oh man, I barely remember Bane being in that movie. That's all I remember.
It wasn't a talking part.
No, he was just muscle.
Yeah, he was just like Poison Ivy's muscle. That was the thing that kind of sucked about it is they took a very, very complex character and just made him the meat muscle.
I love Bane. He's based. I would rate him in the same as Kraven the Hunter. You know how he stalks his prey and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing is he's supposed to be like really, really fucking smart.
Yeah.
And like I said, they just have him be like the brainless muscle.
Who played him?
I have no idea.
Not sure. I'd have to look it up.
And Ethereal Dragon saying that Alfred did not die.
I could have sworn he died in that film.
Yeah, he died. He had like cancer or something.
He
was like really sick. I can't remember. What was that?
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
Arnold.
I love all those movies. So
God, they're such trash though.
but they're entertaining though.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe he didn't die. Alfred was cured. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Oh, that's right. He was.
See, I see. What time did that? Was it 1997? I thought I thought he died. I couldn't remember that. I just remember him. I remember him being like in a hospital bed in a coma.
That is right.
God, suit me up, Uncle Alfred. Oh God, that is bad. I forgot.
There's a new female Alfred.
No, that's like one of the things that they're trying to do for the new movie.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's being headed by Gary Conway of all people. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's like, why? What's the point? It's like, these fucking professionals, man. It's like,
okay, so the guy who played Bane was Robert Alexander Swenson Jr., also known as Jeep Swenson. He's a stuntman.
oh,
He died he died in 1997 August.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's from San Antonio, Texas.
Wow.
So,
but that, like I said, that I just don't understand why they want to keep like swapping shit like that. It's like, what are they gonna call Alfred then? Alfreda. I mean,
I was gonna say Alfredo.
Alfredo. Yeah, it's
they're gonna call her Allie.
Allie. It's like whatever, man. It's like it stops being Batman at that point.
You know what they're gonna call her? They're just gonna call her Al, like they do on the Fear the Walking Dead. Her name's Al. They're gonna do that. It's not gonna be Alfred. It's just gonna be Al. Oh,
great.
Yeah, I mean, when you start dicking with stuff like that, yeah, Summer Glau is also from San Antonio. When you start dicking with stuff like that, it stops being what it initially was. You know, it's like when you want to race swap Batman and you want to gender swap Alfred and
I agree
all
with
this stuff.
I agree with Rob. I'd rather have Gerard Butler over Tom Hardy. I'm not sure what role he's saying. I'm assuming he's saying for Bane. Maybe.
I don't know about. I love Gerard Butler like a lot, so I don't know about him as Bane.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like.
Well, here's the thing that's funny about it. Technically, you could say they race swap Bane because he's supposed to be from South America.
They made him white.
Yeah. Or I guess the term that they use is they whitewashed him.
Or he's just saying just in general, who's better, Tom Hardy or Gerard Butler?
Like in general?
Yeah, I'd say Gerard Butler.
Depends on the part, man. Because I really like Tom Hardy in
Taboo. Taboo. He was incredible.
Yeah, I also liked him as Mad Max.
Oh yeah.
I didn't care for that movie.
Are you serious? It's incredible.
Dude, I like Mel Gibson.
Yeah, but Mel Gibson's fucking old to do it. And by the time that they were talking about initially doing Fury Road, which was like 2005, you know, they could have done it back then with Mel Gibson. Now he's just too fucking old.
Yeah.
I mean, so you say he's too old to do a Lethal Weapon 5 if they did one?
I don't know, man. It's like
I could see Danny Glover being like the captain or something like that.
Well, okay, it's gonna be like that one scene with Samuel L. Jackson running down the hallway, de-aged, where he's like, he looks like an old man running. It's gonna be shit like that, man. It's not gonna be.
It's not even gonna happen. They're gonna gender swap them, so it's not even gonna be them if they do it.
Oh my god.
Well, you know they would. They're not gonna do. They don't do it anymore. It has to always. They gotta switch things now, so I don't think I'd want one because I love the Lethal Weapon movies, and it's kind of like
Bruce Lombardo.
Toy Story is perfect. Those 3 movies I've heard, and because I've only seen the first, but like once you have great movies and then they continue on making them, typically they're like years later they're normally not as good.
Bruce Lombardo says if Mel Gibson, if you can get the gringo, you realize he's too fat to do any fun action movies.
Well, the other thing too, I know that a lot of people were kind of pissed about Fury Road, saying like Furiosa was like the main character. Well, it's like if you ever take a look at like the Mad Max movies, he's kind of the vehicle to the world.
Yeah,
he's not. I mean, he
didn't even have the car, man.
The main character.
He didn't even have his car.
Yeah,
that's what I hated about it. If you're gonna bring back Mad Max, at least have his car in there. You know?
Well, he didn't have the car in Thunderdome.
I did at the beginning.
No, he didn't. He was
the wagon they took from him was his car. What was left of it? He was running out of gas.
Man, it's been a while since I watched.
And they had
he had it at the beginning, and that was it though.
Yeah.
Where the same thing happened with Fury Road.
But I thought Fury Road was like a Road Warrior, like a reboot.
No. It's a continuation.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. It seemed more like a reboot to me.
No, well, I mean, the thing is, you could say that they have one thing in common, and technically, I think it was more so Fury Road, is that it's basically one giant chase movie.
Yeah,
where you have some of that with the Road Warrior, but it's different. The first one was about gas, so they're trying to escort the tanker. And the second one, was about Bartertown, and the whole thing was going on. The power struggle there between Master Blaster and Tina Turner's character. But the whole thing, what always happens at the end of a Mad Max movie is he always ends up getting screwed over in some form or fashion.
Right.
Something, like I said, he is the window to the world, and he's not necessarily the main character.
Fury Road did make me forget about Lord Humongous.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was really, really well done.
Well, what you
Oh
seen?
yeah.
You guys have seen all the Mad Max stuff movies.
Yes.
So, going with just the Mel Gibson ones, which one would you say is the best?
The first one.
Yeah, first one.
Are you saying are you saying Mad Max where his wife's still alive and she gets killed, or you talking about Road Warrior?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Road Warrior was the second one.
No, it was the first one that's the best, I think.
Mad Max.
Mad Max was the first one. That was the one where he still had the cops, and his buddy was on a motorcycle. His buddy ended up burning alive. He
No,
crashed.
the second one. The second one. The second one.
The first one I like that. Well, you didn't for being a horror. Like it's like a dystopian show, and you see the kid or like the kid's about to get hit by the car. He's just standing with the ball bouncing the road, and you think like, is this kid gonna get hit? I mean, I kind of like the first one and the second one equally. The third one was only great for the Thunderdome and Master Blaster. That was funny.
But Mad Max Fury Road's the best one. Sorry.
Damn.
It is.
You youngins.
I like them all, man. I have a hard time picking because there's like so much out of like Thunderdome that I like. There's the whole scene with the dude with like the geisha mask or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it's at the very end, he dies. He like flips it off, and his hand drops. As he's dying. It's like there's so much shit in there that is just really fucking hilarious. And the other thing too is like you have like the cult of I can't remember. It's like John something. He's just like the captain, and he's gonna fly them all the kids to like safety. I mean, there's just so much like really kind of like weirdo crap in that movie that's just really fucking good. Of course, you have Master Blaster, and you have the whole Thunderdome scene. I mean, that has to be one of the most iconic lines, from the series is the speech that leads into Thunderdome.
There's a way to be able to do a Thunderdome today because the kid, Master Blaster, he was the guy he was fighting against, who turned out to be he had Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would ever do that in a movie today. Just that particular scene.
I don't know. They kind of did
because everybody's
in
offensive.
Fury Road, where you had like the all the people who were all the I won't say the sons that were mutated.
Oh yeah, because from sharing the radiated water.
Yeah.
Ugh. But.
So I don't know. I just love the flaming guitar. That was fucking awesome.
I don't understand the whole thing with the guitar thing. Is like
it's the apocalypse, dude. Nothing makes sense.
Look at the organs, and he's playing the guitar, the big giant amps, and
freaking awesome.
The other thing too that I really liked about Thunderdome was the fucking cars.
Yeah, I meant when they're chasing. He's down there on the train.
Yeah, I mean all those the fucking like souped up. You had like these crazy rat rods, fucking post-apocalyptic rat rods.
Well,
that's like the best thing about the newer Mad Max movies is you got a lot of like really fucking crazy shit like that where it's like, God damn, what were the guys called? They were when they would spray their teeth.
I almost want to invite Rob on here to talk about it. I'm surprised Rob's still up.
Yeah, that's honestly the only reason why I didn't invite Rob is I didn't think he would be up. But I got to call it in like 15 minutes anyway.
Oh.
I have to get up early.
You need your beauty sleep?
Yeah, I need my beauty sleep. This week has been a really bad week for sleep.
But
same here.
But the scene like in where he's in with the pigs, and he throws the midget guy in there, and he's like, help me. He's like all the pigs running around him.
Yeah.
Man, you remember a lot of things. I have.
Well, I also watched Thunderdome like about a couple months ago, so it's still fresh.
Yeah, I watched it probably about 5 years ago, but I watch a million shows every day, so I don't remember all the details.
I'm like that with specific movies. If a movie I really like, I don't remember the parts, but if it didn't really impress me, I forget it.
Are any of you going to watch Men in Black?
No.
No.
I want to simply do a review on it.
Have fun.
I will let Robin.
Did you watch it?
I'll say a prayer for you.
I'm gonna let Robin Ingleton watch that for me.
Yeah, I kind of want to get into doing more movie reviews. That's why I need to stop scheduling things on Thursdays, or scheduling things on Thursdays where we all see the movie and talk about it. But
yeah,
yeah.
I'm still watching the Chuck Norris movies. So.
Yeah, I looked at my theater for the premiere night, and the 2 showings, there were like 2 people in the first showing, and then the second one there were like 6. I'm like, ooh, this isn't gonna do good.
I watched Endgame the week like after it opened. I watched it like on a Wednesday because everybody goes on Tuesday nights, because they get the $5 theater. So I went like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I saw it, and like there was only like maybe 5 other people in there, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I normally go Sunday nights because no one goes on Sundays here in Utah.
I think it depends on the movie. I'm trying to remember what was the last movie I saw. Oh yeah, it was Godzilla, where it was like the movie theater was reasonably full. It wasn't like packed or anything. It wasn't like Endgame where that movie was fucking sold out.
An interesting trivia fact for people who do not follow comics first time: he will post the seats before he goes to the movie.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I did that is ever since Captain Marvel, and the whole thing like with the ghost seats and whatnot. Yes. I started doing like when I buy my ticket and then leading up to it. I didn't do it for Godzilla, mainly because I just ran out of time. So I'm trying to get like a comparison. Okay, this is when I buy it. This is what it looks like now, and this is where I'm leaving to go to the theater. This is where how it looks, and then I try and like gauge whether it looks about as full, and like comparing Godzilla King of the Monsters. I would say all those seats that I saw initially were basically filled. I didn't see like those type Captain Marvel.
And I liked Godzilla. I didn't think it was that bad. There are some people who were like completely obsessed about that. They hated it. Like, it's like it's the worst movie ever. I'm like, but I've seen worse.
No, it was above average, but it wasn't as good as the 2014 one.
Are you serious? Oh man, I did not like that one.
That one was, at least the humans were great, and the fighting scenes you could actually see. Yeah, I understand what you guys say about like, oh, it didn't have enough monsters, but that was what was great about it. It's because it does lead up. It's kind of like, have you seen the movie The Thing? The Thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's different. That's a horror movie, though. I mean, when you don't necessarily see it, it's. I think it's different with a monster movie. That was the thing that really annoyed the crap out of me. Is like every time they're getting ready to show Godzilla, they would like pan away or close the door.
You saw his tail. You see the ground shake.
But that's why it was good, because they were building it up so well. So you're like, all right, I'm ready for this, and it was great payoff. This one, you couldn't even see anything. All the monsters were at night, so you couldn't see anything at all. The humans were completely pathetic.
They weren't that bad. I mean,
they were bad.
The mom, the whole point of her being the villain, just at the end, just to sacrifice herself after all this crap, just die. Even though they could have all survived. I thought that was kind of pointless. They should have want to be evil, destroy the whole entire planet. They should have stuck with that.
I thought there was I thought having the a woman being the villain in 2019 was a very bold stance to take.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Did it subvert your expectations?
Did it subvert my expectations? No, not
really. Mine, to be honest, because I thought it was going to be fucking amazing, and it wasn't. So.
I went into it with like low expectations, so I guess you converted them. But
mine were like above 100. I was like ready for this. I was like, this was like the next movie. I was so excited for, and then John Wick is still the best movie this year. So.
Oh, absolutely. I watched it again.
I watched it. I like the second one better.
Yeah, being it that I didn't like the first Godzilla movie, like I said, I had pretty low expectations. So when I was like, wow, this is fun. It was pretty funny because when I gave my review, I was like, I'm pretty sure my standards for movies have really dropped because of the amount of crap we've been getting. But it was nice to have a movie that didn't have any identity politics in it. It was fun. You know, there was monsters fighting. It had some dorky one-liners, which made me laugh. Like when the guy said, "Oh my god," and then he's like, "Zilla." It's like I know people hated that line, and I was like, "Dude, that's so fucking funny. It's great." But then again, like I said, my standards apparently have dropped.
I like that. I thought that was hilarious.
I did too.
So
I thought it was funny, but
we did the review, me and Rob and Angleton did a review of Godzilla. One of the because they already made the second one, it's already filmed. The only monster you didn't see in this was Gamera.
Yeah, but they delayed it apparently.
See, I wonder if he does come back in the second one. You know, how's
wait, hang on. What are you talking about?
I'm talking. Well, we hear her. I'm talking about the giant turtle monster, Gamera.
Oh no, I know who Gamera is. You said the second one's already filmed.
Yeah,
it is. They filmed them together.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's a follow-up sequel to this.
Yeah,
it's Godzilla versus Kong.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay. My next question.
Yeah.
Is Brie Larson? Sorry, hold on.
Oh, freak! I hope not, because I know she was in that first one.
We don't talk about cheese here.
Yeah, but they're in the same universe though, because in the new Godzilla they mention Skull Island and stuff, so it is in the same universe. And it's
okay, so
it really is.
Godzilla versus Kong next year.
I never watched Kong, so
they say it was supposed to be in March, but I've seen some videos and articles saying that it's been delayed some, and so I'm like, oh no, what are they going to do to it? So I think it's just because this one didn't make nearly. I mean, I thought this was going to be $1 billion film. It might still make $1 billion, but I'll have to look at how much it's made.
Okay, was Brie? Oh God, she was. Holy shit! And
She
Sam
was.
Jackson too.
Yeah,
and Tom Hiddleston.
Mm-hmm. I actually liked Kong Skull Island.
Wasn't that Jack Black in there?
No, that was
the original.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other one.
That's the one with Peter Jackson.
Okay, that's
that one I absolutely love. I don't understand people that don't like it because I'm like, oh, it's incredible and it's 3 hours and like everything I wanted.
Let's see.
But I love the actors in it. So
Godzilla King of Monsters had a $170 million budget. Let's see what the actual thing is though. Looking it up right now. See if they even say.
Yeah, I'm looking up on
Box Office Mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. The 2005 Kong that actually got 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
The one movie that everybody hates is the original one with Matthew Broderick, which is basically done the best so far.
Wait, talking about the Godzilla movie?
Yeah.
God, the movie was terrible. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I said it made the most money.
Godzilla worldwide has made only 300 million. Domestic, it's only 84 million. So there's no way it's gonna make $1 billion.
No, I didn't expect it to.
I did. I mean, it's freaking kaiju. Let's go! Like I wanted it like freaking Pacific Rim, the first one, not the second. Awful movie. First one was incredible. I was like, okay, let's go. That's what I wanted. I wanted like a bunch of big, huge battle scenes. The battle scenes were good, but I don't know.
I liked the first one. When I saw what they were doing with the second one, I was like, oh, they're doing a next gen. Nope, skipping it.
Yep.
It was so bad.
Yep.
So
I skipped it.
Yeah, they ruined that. I was so sad when they didn't have the same guy in it. That I can't remember. He was in Sons of Anarchy. What's his name? But him, I was so mad that he wasn't in the second one.
Ron Perlman.
They don't even
No.
mention him either, which is ridiculous. I'm like, okay, like he's the one that saved the world before, but we're not going to mention him. Okay,
You're talking about
because
Charlie
he's a
Haas?
white male. That's why we're not mentioning him, I guess.
Is his name Charlie Haas?
Yeah, Hunnam or something. Charlie Hunnam. That's his
Hunnam,
name.
yeah.
Charlie Hunnam. Yeah.
So
Uprising, which came out last year. Who was the lead in that?
Uprising.
Oh, John Boyega. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, he's not a good actor. Sorry.
Who?
John
Boyega.
Boyega.
He's in Star Wars.
So did you guys
Oh no.
Did you guys have a favorite scene from Godzilla King of Monsters?
Did I what? Sorry.
Did you have a favorite scene from that movie at all? I know you hated the humans. Did you at least have like a favorite scene?
Anything with Godzilla I loved it because we like learned so much about him, like him in the water with him like turning his light on, like on and off. That was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh, because see, that's when I was like getting so excited. I'm like, this is gonna be so good, and then, yeah.
And you saw it on the big screen?
Yeah, I don't have an IMAX in my town. We used to have one like an hour away, but it wasn't a true IMAX.
So what was your initial reaction when they opened up the shutters and they had them coming towards the rig that are underwater, and it's kind of like the Meg, kind of like where they little kids with the toy and the sharks coming towards the glass?
You mean that's what I was just talking about? I just said it was amazing with him in the water with his lights.
Okay, you're talking about that. Okay,
yeah, that's
there's two scenes where he's in the water. There's one where he's in the underground underwater cave where they had to jumpstart him.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, no, that's why I said anything with Godzilla I loved. Dude. And I actually loved what is it, Ghidorah?
Yeah.
No, Rodan, that's who it is. I was thinking of Rodan, him like coming out of that volcano and stuff, and him like flying over, and like him like spinning over and like hitting everyone with his wings. I was like, this is really cool. I wanted more with him and Mothra fighting and stuff because I thought, oh man, I actually kind of teared up when she died. I was like, no.
Yeah, I know that was actually sad.
When she
stung him.
That's the thing too, which I thought was pretty funny because I guess like I said, Godzilla actually had a story arc in that movie where Captain Marvel didn't have a story arc in her own movie. I thought was funny. I mean, yeah, but it's when you feel bad for the monster when it dies, it's like you know we're doing something right.
Yeah, no, I never said it was bad. I gave it 7 out of 10. I'm not saying it was a bad film. There was just a lot of things that disappointed me.
Well, I didn't. That's basically what I gave it was about 7 out of 10 as well. The other scene I thought was really good was when Ken Watanabe's character basically sacrifices himself to go and revive Godzilla. That I was just like, there's a few technical issues I have with it because like if it was like really hot in there when he took off the protective gear, his skin would start blistering and burning. So I think if they added something like that, that would have made me. It would definitely would have hit the feels a lot harder. I mean, it already hit me. That was just such a great scene. The other issue I had too, which I didn't talk about in my review initially because it was like getting in spoiler territory, was the whole thing with the fucking submarine after the nuke goes off.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, there's like certain things was like, come on, guys, that would have fucked up the damn sub.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in one part that when Ghidorah comes to the stadium, the baseball stadium, and like he's hitting lightning everywhere, I'm like, that girl would have been dead.
Yeah.
There's no way that she could be that close to that kind of stuff. I don't know.
What do you think about when they're in Antarctica? The whole thing of that. Ghidorah is waking up, getting out of that, and just I thought they would have been dead right there in the helicopter.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes where there's like when he gets flung and hits the truck, his back would have been shattered, especially at that force. Honestly, he would have been dead from the explosion of the bomb.
But yeah, Ghidorah is just a jerk in the whole entire movie.
But the one of my favorite loves about the movie is towards the end when you have like the humans running around and it like pans up to the monsters fighting and that pans back down to them and they're like dodging around and running. I thought that was
Right.
actually really well done.
Yeah.
If you guys want to watch a really good movie, watch The Wandering Earth. It's on Netflix. It's a Korean film, I believe. Either Korean or Chinese.
I thought it was Chinese.
It's Chinese. But it's 2 hours and 5 minutes long, but it's basically where they have to move the Earth because the sun's about to explode.
Yeah.
But it's really good. And it's on subtitles, which is kind of annoying if you're not used to that. But I mean, special effects in there, it's just basically like makes Godzilla look like nothing. It's not giant monsters, but there's still like the explosions and just it's great. It's like Aquaman, same kind of like colors and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Comics you need to see Dark Phoenix, so we can all talk about that next week. I saw it last night.
Okay, we'll make a point to do that. No, dude, I have not watched a Dog's Journey or Dog's Purpose. Those aren't like really kind of my movies.
Same here. I'm a huge animal person, but no, thank you.
Yeah, I am too.
Anything with dogs in movies, because I already saw that. What's that one where the dog with where he waits for him even though he died, and it's like based on a true story. What is that really sad one? Gosh. But anything after that, I was like, no, I can't see dog movies anymore or anything.
Was it Old Yeller?
No, it's
That's what I thought.
Cujo.
it was
that poor doggy Cujo.
It's with Richard
Dog
Gere.
Day Afternoon.
It's with Richard Gere, where he is.
All dogs go to heaven.
No, it's like a. You guys know.
Okay, I have to admit, Bruce, that Futurama scene with Fry and the dog, that's heart-wrenching. It really is. But normally, stuff like that, it doesn't bother me. But it's like sappy. I'm not into family films, and that screams family film.
Okay, it's Hachi. It's called Hachi: A Dog's Tale. I just looked it up. And
the
it's
only
basically
scenes I get mushy or the dog dies.
Well, it's based on a true story, and it really happened, and how it was in the movie. And you have about 45 minutes of them like bonding, and then the guy dies, and the dog just stays and lives at the train station waiting for him because that's what he did every day.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically bawl for the next hour and a half or whatever. I mean, I can't do it when dogs are like that, or if they die, or can't do it. That's why I hated the freaking Hudson Hawk when the damn dog goes out the damn window. I was like,
the dog is a bastard.
But still, I'm like, no, I hate.
It doesn't even look like a real dog, too, which is great.
I'll tell you this though: don't watch Chernobyl series.
Oh yeah.
You'll destroy your TV.
Have any of you seen like the original Black Dynamite movie?
Is it the one ripoff of Bruce Lee?
No. Black Dynamite. It's came out maybe like
wasn't it the Kung Fu movie though?
It's not. It is. It's more like a blaxploitation film.
Came out 2009.
Yeah, 2009. So I guess it was 10 years ago.
I'm thinking of the original one.
There's Dolomite. I mean, there's movies like that
from the 80s.
Yeah, but Black Dynamite, dude, that movie is fucking great. That's another one I think we just subject them to and then do a review of.
I think I've seen this movie. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the stuff right now. I actually like this movie.
Yeah, there's like this great scene where like the car goes off the cliff and it like cuts to stock footage because the car is different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like that movie was fantastic.
Man. Yeah. Any of the movies you see from the 80s and like through the 90s where they're like look at Hot Shots. Either you love it or you hate it. And I thought Hot Shots was pretty good. Making fun of Tom Cruise. And the bacon and eggs cooking on her chest.
Okay. Top secret, man. That movie was good
So a
too.
movie we need to see. I haven't watched it yet. It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
It was just made this year. It's called Loquisha, and he is a white male that works in radio, and he gets fired, and because he tries to get a different position, and they turn him down. And so what he does is he auditions as being a black woman, and like he has like that accent and everything, and so he like becomes this huge radio star, but they all think I'm gonna put the link to on IMDb in the chat, but it's getting so much hate, but I think it looks hilarious.
Oh, okay. It's got what's his name's in there?
It's probably getting hate because it's 2019.
Right, but it to me, I'm like, to put out a movie like this right now is like hilarious to me. So
It's got the guy from
I
Suddenly
watch the
Susan.
trailer. It's pretty funny.
It's a Tootsie reboot.
Yeah, it's kind of sounds like it in a weird sort of way. All right, folks, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I need to go and crash out. So,
No, right?
What's that?
Hey, I'll say this though. Did you see what Rob posted about Baxter being punted off the bridge in the Anchorman?
No, I never watched it. I never watched Anchorman.
You didn't watch Anchorman?
Oh, really?
Now you have to watch it now.
Gotta see Anchorman. It is so damn funny. Now that's a funny movie.
What, opposed to Hudson Hawk, which you hate so much?
Yes.
See, that again, it's Will Ferrell, and I can't stand Will Ferrell.
See,
Oh.
So like any movie he's in, I just like avoid it.
You guys should watch The Last Boy Scout.
Yeah,
If you haven't seen that.
But anyway, like I said, I need to get going, folks. So let's go ahead and start with Christie. If there's anything you would like to promote.
Not really.
I thought you have a YouTube channel.
I do have a YouTube channel, but it's so small. I mean, I'll put my link in there, but it's Christie Miller. It's the first thing you type. I mean,
The reason why it's small is because you need to promote it.
I know, but it's just, I don't know. But yeah, I'll put the link in the chat. So please subscribe. There you go. I promoted it.
There you go. You want people to follow you on Twitter too. You should always post.
Oh
that
yeah,
as
that's true. Oh, did y'all see the post that I got blocked by Carlos Maza on Twitter?
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious.
Were you talking to him or just randomly blocked?
I was okay. I thought I wasn't I thought I didn't troll, but apparently I troll really bad on Twitter now. So it was really bad that he blocked me.
I think he's blocking a lot of people on YouTube.
Oh, he has. He's blocked me on YouTube too.
Everybody's being blocked.
Mm-hmm.
God, man, I repost a lot of his shit. He still hasn't blocked me yet. Oh well. All right, Kalea.
My channel is The Cinema Queen, and I just put it in the chat. And my YouTube is, that was my YouTube. My Twitter is Kalea TCQ, and I'll put that in there as well.
Mr. Vancouver.
Well, Rob just dropped the link in there for the Extreme Movie Show. I'm co-host for the Kicking It episodes where we discuss Chuck Norris. Right now we've been doing those. We just did Eye for an Eye. I believe the next one we're going to be doing is Lone Wolf McQuaid or Force Vengeance. Depends what Rob wants to do. There is Angleton and Rob will be doing one on Sunday as well. So you guys want to tune in there. Usually I think 8 or 9 Eastern. So
I'll watch it. I'm subscribed to him.
You'll be the third person besides Eric Breen and me.
I usually am.
But
I watch too.
I watch when I can. But we need to get back together and talk about the rest of the episodes of Chernobyl.
We will.
So
if you want to come in on our channel, you can. Or I should say, not my channel, Ian and Rob's.
You don't have a
as
channel?
Dr. V
No, he doesn't.
inserts himself. No,
Yes.
he does not.
No,
Yes, no.
I'm
maybe
just one
so.
of those traveling guests hosts. You know.
Yes.
All right, folks. Have a good evening. We'll catch you next time.